when Gilbert Burns Spartan kicked his ass off of him. I
That's the
never.
See, that's how you gotta respect, man. When you win it in the ring.
R.I.P. to the zombie.
Passing out the medicines. We've been on that rock star regimen, knowing that I'm heaven sent, higher than I ever been. I got a problem with.
What's going on, guys? This is the Totally Blitzed Fight Club, the show where you come to watch us get hella drunk, smoke hella weed, and talk about fighting. These are your hosts. I'm Paul, Pickle Winham Concha, and here's my shot.
Hey, man, you already know it's that boy Kev. Motherfucking Walker Western boy, man. Fuck what you heard. Fuck what you know. And fuck what you don't know. I don't give a fuck.
What's up? It's your boy, Will Shiesty.
Ooh.
What's going on, boys? You already know what it is. Mark. Damn, can't find my other AirPod, though.
But
my boy missing a mic.
no, boy, that's half his voice is gone.
Yeah, that's for
Nah, but we had I think one of the best cards of the year this weekend. UFC 273. They don't put on a fucking show start to finish. That card was hella deep. Honestly, I think this is the first cards I ever watched start to finish, like the first fight to last fight.
That shit was. I didn't even know I was watching the prelims in this fight. I felt like I thought everything was main card until I seen the names. I was like, oh my gosh. You told me this shit just started? I was like, bro, this shit just started. Like, I was waiting for Burns the whole time. I was waiting for the Burns fight. So I'm thinking like, oh, okay, this is the main card. The way niggas is faded. Nah, like when they hit your event has now ended. Like, and they got to the next one. I was like, that was the prelims?
Probably the early prelims.
Yeah, I was like, bro.
God damn.
God damn.
That bitch was packed before I think even 6 o'clock hit. That bitch was already like celebrity. They're already shooting over to the celebs.
that shit was crazy.
And that bill was right there. Like Jacksonville, you could beat that. I'm not gonna lie. I'm kind of sad. I had bread for that.
I should have went to that, bro. I've been trying to go to a UFC event.
Shit. Well, we can start with those prelim fights. I wish we could have talked Rosenstrike Tybura, but for some reason that fight got canceled. But that boy, I guess Ian Garry, he put on a little show. How do y'all feel about that Ireland boy?
I like him, bro. He put them things on, bro. Was it a TKO or did it go to decision?
Decision.
He put them things on, bro. I will say this. I don't think you know Conor McGregor though. Like I didn't see the too many similarities. Maybe I gotta watch him fight a little bit more. But like, bro gave bro the pause. Like, how long has he been? What's his record?
Undefeated. I think he's 9-0.
Yeah, I think 9-0 after that last one.
Respect. I think bro got a future. I'm not gonna hold you. I'm keeping a lookout on big homie.
Yeah, bro, I agree with you, man. The only time I see like a Conor analysis is he has like that straight right that he shoots, man. He's like a little sniper with it, keeps it back here.
Sniper, right?
Yeah, but other than that, man, he did put his hands on him. That was a great fight.
Yeah, I think his future might be. I mean, I can't say brighter than Conor McGregor's just because of what Conor McGregor did in his span. No one else has ever done, like especially like pay-per-view wise and where he's at now, bigger than just the sport. But he's more well-rounded than what Conor was 9 fights into his MMA career. Like his ground game, his jiu-jitsu game is insane, and he didn't even get to really showcase it. But you saw his takedown defense in the fight. Like he every time the guy shot on him, Ian Garry just so poised was like, "We're not going to the ground." Like well, we can stand on the cage for a minute, but I won't beat your ass once I get you off this clinch. Then the next showcase of skill was because I think that was honestly the fight right before the main card. So like it was a good transition, like right into the main event.
Bro, I shit in my pants. I was like, bro, this isn't even the main card yet. Oh, let me get some more popcorn.
You know it's the main card when they got that boy Joe Rogan, John Anik, I can't say his last name.
John Anik.
Yeah, John Anik, and usually there's a third person, might be Bisping or somebody else, DC. Once they're in front of that cage with the mics, you know it's the main card. They're about to break down what's about to happen. And that first fight, he had the Olympian Mark Madsen get the dub against Vic Pichel, or as Kev likes to call him, the Stash.
The
The
stash.
stash.
Hey, he fought good. He fought like he had the crowd into him. It's just Madison's the truth, but like fight was not bad. Well, how you say his name?
Pachel.
Yeah,
His nickname is From Hell, so it's like Vic from Hell Pachel, which is
That
kind of
was
harsh.
That's pretty good.
He sold me with the walk-in. Like if Madison wasn't a truth like that, there was no way I would have seen anybody beat him, bro. Like,
I'm not gonna lie, I was this close to switching my pick when he came out to Highway to Hell. I was like, oh, bro, this man's all in. This man's all in on it, bro. Like, I fuck with
He
it.
snapped with that.
that shit is fun. I'm on the highway to hell.
Yeah, but
They played that in the Percy Jackson movie, and I was like, maybe get a highway to hell isn't too crowded.
Pachel did come out and say that he rather lose the way he fights, which is the stand-up fight, because he was putting some combos early. But once Madison was like, all right, I might get like I gotta win every round, so I'm just gonna start taking this to the ground and just be there with you, like this control. And that's what he did for 3 rounds, won unanimously. But I mean, Pachel can't be mad because he complained that, he basically that was I would never fight the way he fights. It was cowardly or something along those lines. And I don't know, like
that's not how Kings.
So weak.
When he watched Ranking the Kings, it's not how Kings.
That's not how Kings fight. Hey, bro, like you signed up to fight a silver medalist wrestler from the Olympics, and you got mad because he fucking wrestled you for 3 rounds. Like, I'm sorry, bro.
Boxing.
I see.
Boxing or bare knuckle boxing, you don't want to wrestle. Don't go to MMA.
That's part of it. But I think honestly, the only person that picked him was Marcus, and Marcus only picked him because he was backed into the corner. He had to back in.
Oh yeah, I had to play devil's advocate.
He gonna bounce back. Fuck it.
And then the next fight, honestly, I think one of the best fights, really close fight, could have gone either way. Yeah, Mackenzie Dern getting the W against Tierra Torres. How do y'all feel about that one?
Dern.
I don't know how I feel about this one, man. I'm not gonna lie. I was rooting for Dern. I picked Dern, but like Torres is the truth.
Torres look
like,
good.
This is the fight where she was standing up and there was somebody on her back and she would not give up the armbar.
Yep. Dern jumped on her, like got the body trying to go midair and just hang on her like a koala, bro.
Yeah, she got back up that because you was supposed. I would have gave my arm. Fuck that. I would have been like, bro, this is bitch, you too heavy. But nah, she sit there and fought that shit. I was shocked that she did not get the fucking decision. Like, that's crazy. Somebody that came to my house and I was like, hey, look, this bad bitch in the blue finna win. Watch this. Wrong. I was like, damn. What the fuck fight did I see? Did you guys think Dern won that shit like convincingly?
No, to be honest, no. I still don't even know how, because it's not even like she was like more technically sound than Torres. Torres just outbeat her ass, man. Just beat her ass.
No, but I can't co-sign. I will agree it was very close. It was very close. That second round, I think 100% Dern, because for about 3 minutes she's midair on top of Tierra Torres trying to get the Kimura. And then the Kimura was tight. Like there was like even the commentary was saying like, oh, bro, this is getting a little tight. It's getting a little scary. And so like that whole round, Dern had it. Like even after she got out the Kimura, what did she do? She went to the legs and started doing an ankle lock. I thought I was watching Kurt Angle again, bro. Like she really had that fucking ankle sideways, bro. I really thought that shit was about to pop out when but then the bell went off, saved by the bell, whatever you want to say. The first round was split. Torres was winning the boxing exchange, but Dern was just winning the pressure. Yeah, she was winning, but like she was tagging better. But Dern was just showing that like she ate everything and like she kept the pace, kept the pressure, and was like just walking her down. And like it's not like she was not landing her own shots; she was still landing her shots as well. So I can see how maybe the first round goes to Torres, but that third round, yeah, Torres dropped her with a heavy shot, but for the first like 3 minutes before that drop happened, for the first 3 minutes, she was like pressing her. I don't know if Torres got tired from trying to stop the submissions off in the last round before and having to hold Dern's body weight the whole time. but Torres like she kept she was getting overwhelmed for 3.5 minutes, and then she caught her with a nice counter, dropped her. So that's where it gets a little controversial. Is how do you grade who won the whole round? It might be my bias because I picked Dern and I had money on Dern, but I saw Mackenzie Dern win that fight.
It's tough. That's a really tough one. Maybe it's because like I saw Torres' nose. I don't know. I guess I like girls with big noses now. But motherfucker, I was like, damn, Dern should take it easy on her. I'm just saying.
Nah, but this was a good setup. This was like the battle before the war that came out.
Right, it was great.
Yeah, we had to drive through these first couple fights. They were great, all in their own right. But these next three, this is what we all came for. This was the biggest fight of the night right here. Gilbert Burns taking his L against Khamzat Chimaev, but they fought like warriors. Marcus.
I appreciate you starting off with a Gilbert Burns L. I feel like Khamzat Chimaev won that fight. I don't know if Burns took the L. Like, you know, it's like you can look at it, somebody won and somebody lost. Like, I think Chimaev won. Like he just put up the most hands. Like he had more hands at the end of the day.
Nah, but it was a good fight, but I didn't mean no disrespect to Burns. As you know, almost all of us picked Burns, except for one.
Yeah.
Damn, you will. Always getting the good picks.
Shit, I think I was like the only one I got right.
Marcus, Will, what did y'all see from this fight?
I don't think that Hazmat got exposed or anything, like, because he fought fucking the number 2 like toughest ranked person. Like,
yeah,
I don't believe his hype is like derailed or whatever. And I think he's like a greater fighter after showing like what he said about him afterwards. Oh, he's a tough motherfucker. Like they're already trying to set up another rematch for Gilbert and Hazmat before he fights Colby or anything. So
5
I don't know.
round.
I thought it was great. Yeah, 5-rounder. I thought it was great. Just 2 warriors banging it out. I personally don't think that Gilbert Burns dropped him. I think he caught the side of his head and threw him down. That's all I'm saying.
Are you talking about the second round?
The second and the third round.
How about you, Mark?
Yeah, I mean, that was a crazy fight to watch, bro. I was glued. That was my favorite fight of the night for real. But how you pronounce his name?
Chimaev.
Chimaev, yeah. I think he answered a lot of questions though, like proving that he can hang with, like he you know what I'm saying, like he can. Oh shit. He just hang with the top dogs and really proved himself that night. And that shit, you got to shout out Burns, man. Dana White blessed him with the winning money. That shit was just
he did
great performance from both guys. That shit was hell of a fight, bro. And I would want to see it again with 5 rounds. That'd be awesome for real.
And like that was dope from Dana White. The whole, even though you lost, we're gonna pay you as if you won, because that was a fight of the year. Like that's immediately fight of the year candidate, and I think it's leading the race right now.
Damn, hands down, bro. That's what I said on Twitter, just because like that was the best fight I've seen all year. That shit was back and forth, up and down. Like you really don't even. It's a toss up to who really won for real.
How did y'all feel about? So I know the drop, but when Chimaev was on top of him, I think it was the first round or second round, when Gilbert Burns Spartan kicked his ass off of him. I never seen that.
I've never seen somebody punch back. Like when he was throwing those punches, I've never seen that before.
Oh,
like,
from his back.
I don't think I've ever seen that before.
Yeah, he's
like I was like, damn, where's this defense at? Like, why did he just make something up? Like, hold on.
But like, I don't. Every one of his coaches is probably telling him never to swing from his back. But I think it was 2 things. Like one, Gilbert Burns wanted to show, because like it was like sometimes where he got dropped, but I think he was trying to show I'm not hurt. Like, oh, I'm still like that didn't fade, like to the judges. Like, I'm not hurt. That didn't do anything. And then the other thing was just like, I feel like it was really just like a battle of pride at certain points. Just like you punch me in the chin, I punch you in the chin. I punch me in the chin, you punch like and see
Yeah, they're
let the
fighting tit
better
for tat.
man win. But I'm gonna disagree with you, Will, because I think he did drop him. I do agree the second punch was to the ground. The first one, like if you like when they rewatch that clip, connects one really hard overhand right on the chin, and you can see like Chimaev gets a little stunned by it, and then he throws a second one that throws him to the ground. But I still would consider that a knockdown just because that first one, like you're out of there, like mentally you're like you're
Yeah,
shook.
I'll give you that one. But that second one when he knocked him to the ground, that's when he went to almost kick him in the face.
The soccer
That
kick.
shit would have been immediately ending the round.
Yeah,
glad it didn't land.
that random kick that he threw after he dropped Chimaev was crazy. That was almost pride rules. If it landed, we would have had a Petr Yan, Aljamain Sterling type scenario.
Yeah.
Oh, bro, that shit was close. But this fight was so fucking good. It just was like you could never guess certain things. Like when I saw the first round, I was like, fuck, Chimaev. He's a fucking cheat code. I don't know. Nah, Burns is a warrior. He's willing to die on that fucking ring. No cap.
Yes.
He's willing to die in that fucking octagon. And that's what he showed. Like, you got to drag that motherfucker out because he wasn't going down for shit. This fight was so good and so close and just so – I don't think we're going to see another fight this good this year. Like, I'm not going to lie to you. Like, the only fights – I'm not a UFC dude, so yet. But, like, the only fight – that's probably, like, the third best fight I've ever seen, like, behind motherfucking Adesanya and Gastelum. And then, like, I can't remember the other one right now. But, like, that was crazy. Do you want to see a rematch immediately, though? Or would you guys rather see it, like, fight Kobe or, like, somebody fight Kobe, somebody fight Kamaru?
I'd rather see them fight different people before they go for a rematch. Because if I feel like they fight a rematch immediately, like, I don't know. I feel like neither guy wants that right now.
I agree with that because I feel like this was a good, this was a good setup fight, like set people up for two different routes. So, like, it all depends on Dana. Are you going to give Chimaev the title shot immediately or are you going to make him go through Kobe? And if he has to go through Kobe, then has Burns and Kobe fought before?
No, that's the one thing about Colby's. He like the people he's beating, like was Tyron Woodley on his way out, Eddie Alvarez on his way out.
Rafael dos Anjos.
Yeah, people like some older champs, but he has never fought like a spring chicken like Chimaev and Gilbert Burns and Leon Edwards.
So we'll see. And like, it's crazy to me that they was screaming that that Burns exposed Chimaev because like, bro's not ranked before this fight. So like,
the reason I 100% believe that the reason why people are saying he got exposed, it's the Khabib fanboys and girls. The Khabib because Khabib has never bled in his career ever. He's never had a cut on his face in his career ever. So the moment that fight ended, everyone was posting pictures of Khabib's fights and stuff. And it was just like, oh, Khabib's never. Oh, like Chimaev can never be Khabib. Like just trying to shitting on Chimaev instead, and like kind of to make Khabib look good type shit. And then all of a sudden the storyline started coming out like, oh, did they expose him? And I think it was a lot of people who just fanboy over their GOAT and didn't really watch the fight for what it was.
Okay, I appreciate you explaining that to me. I didn't get it because I always thought that fighting like this, getting the fights, because it's a no fact in exercising, working out, grinding, whatever you do, you make more gains when you're tired than when you're already up. So like going to balls to the wall and damn near putting everything you got and willing to die, that only makes you stronger mentally, physically, and spiritually. And like that's everything you need as a fighter. So like, I couldn't even imagine. I think both of them boys are gonna come out better. Like, and that's scary. Like that next fight's gonna be crazy.
Oh, like, yeah, definitely gonna come out better from that fight.
I would like to. I co-signed though I think they should fight later on. Like let's see some other things. Y'all are still in y'all's primes before we start doing rematches.
Right. Yeah. We're already talking about their first fight being fight of the year. I see them like pushing until next year to have another fight of the year, or because I will say too, I appreciate Chimaev the most because in the welterweight division for the past few years, it has been so stagnant and stale. Like like you said, Paul, it's like either old champions that are moving up a weight class to go welterweight, and then they're getting beat by the same guys over and over. And then it's been Kamaru Usman, Colby Covington, Gilbert Burns. It's been that for like the past almost 3 years now. So like having Chimaev come in and like it's like a super fresh, shake it up. He's already beaten the number 2 talent. Like I want to see him go after Covington next, and then I want to see like I don't really know who Burns could fight again in the welterweight division right now. It's not very.
I'm gonna say before we move on, because we gotta move on to the next fight. But I think Gilbert Burns will fight the loser of the main event of this weekend's Muhammad and Luque, just because it's around.
Yeah.
But our next fight on the evening, this one's been controversial since it happened, even been controversial since the first fight. Petr Yan versus Aljamain Sterling. Sterling retains the championship. No one can say that he's a false champion. He's a fake champion. And we were all on Yan. Not a single one of us picked Sterling, which shows the disrespect that was given to Sterling. I was upset personally because I thought at first glance, I thought Yan should have won. But the more I watched it, that first round, I do think Sterling showed more, and it did, and that is what Yan does. He always gives the first round so he can learn how to fight against you. But he didn't anticipate the second round, the body triangle that he was going to be put into, and he almost got put out of there. Like he was getting hit with some heavy shots in that second round. It could have even been a 10-8, depending on how you judge it, because he was almost out of there. Come third round, he body triangle again. Like what the fuck? The fourth and fifth, I think that's all Yan. But even then, looking back on it, I think Sterling did win that fight. So I will give my respect to Sterling. Salute.
Yep. My bad, Sterling.
Right.
All
my
respect.
bad, man. You definitely see that's how you gotta respect, man. When you win it in the ring, I fuck with that.
Yeah.
Like he proved himself and he beat who he had to beat and he earned his belt, bro. I respect that all day.
Yes.
Do y'all feel any different? Just because I said that don't mean I'm right. What's up, Kev?
I mean,
I'm not taking back what I said. I said what I said. I said what I said. I said because this is the fight business. It's not just fighting, it's a fight business. I feel like the character and the role he played for the business part is exactly who I said he was. And I don't think we disrespected him and dissed him as if like he was like not a great fighter. I just felt like we didn't respect that he had the belt on and he was screaming that he's number one in the world and he's coming on UFC Countdown with how MMA rules for dummies. Like I don't think we ever disrespect because I felt like he came into great shape. Like I was watching the Adesanya previews and he was like, bro, you could tell they were good shit because you can look at the abs. The abs when you can see somebody with a real tight core, that means they've been running and they've been really going crazy in the training room. And I was like, damn, that is true. And so I look at Sterling. Sterling won, and he won his way. He won because he wrestled the fuck out of Brett for 2 rounds, like killed Brett for 2 rounds. And like Jan's corner said, yo, if you do and don't do anything in this fight, so if you did not do one thing in this fight, please don't give up your fucking back. He did that bitch 2 times. So like that's what happens. Bro, you go with the game plan. You feel me, bro? Like, do not give bro your back. Even I'm looking at him giving his back like, yo, what the fuck you giving him his back? I'd rather see you on the floor, like, than let him behind you. Let him behind you. You can try to get that rear naked choke in. And you know I love me a good rear naked choke.
It's close.
So, motherfucking, I look at this fight as like, there's a lot. This Sterling's a great fighter. He came in with a great game plan. But like, there's some adjustments that can be made, and then like this fight can go like 3 degrees left, like just off of 1 or 2 adjustments.
Hey, Will. So I know you like Sandhagen and you like Petr Yan, but now that Sterling has beat both of them, and he dominated Sandhagen in less than 90 seconds, and he's beat Yan twice, who really is left? Is it TJ Dillashaw? Is it I know Jose Aldo's putting his name in the ring.
Yeah. I mean
Jose.
It was
I was about to say,
Jose. Yeah. I mean,
I wanted to choose Joe Rogan. I'm like, Joe Rogan, you don't know how to say Jose, nigga. But I was like, interesting.
He's Brazilian, so it is Jose.
honestly, there's probably some cats in the bantamweight division. I don't personally know any that. Yeah, like all I know about is TJ Dillashaw or Jose Aldo, and they're both almost 40 years old. Like they've both been champion before. They both like. I don't think they're gonna beat Sterling personally. He's just like I'll give him all my respect right now because I talked a lot of shit. I thought he was gonna get murdered out there. I did, but he shut me up too. So I will say that I don't really think there's anybody right now that can take Sterling on. I'm gonna have to watch the bantamweight division more though. So that's interesting, like because I don't think Jan's gonna get another chance at it for a minute. You know, he's probably gonna have to have another fight or two before he gets a fight with Sterling again.
Definitely. And then they already beat Sandhagen, so like he's kind of out of the mix. So I think they're just probably gonna 2 or 3 people at Sterling until they just like, fuck it, let's just give him another young fight. And y'all can't squander that chance, boy.
Did y'all see what?
Boss. I like Sterling though. I like him as a fighter.
Did y'all see what Sterling said to Dana White and John McCarthy?
What?
So he basically told John McCarthy like basically shut up because John McCarthy said there was no way that he won that first round against Yan, and John McCarthy's the person who basically wrote the unified rules, and he's the best, like he's the number one ref, like he's been around forever, like he's he ain't
better than my dog Herb Dean.
That's arguable. But John McCarthy said that he's always controversial. He has his own opinions, and so once he said that, basically Sterling told his ass like mind your business and shut up. And then he told Dana White, because Dana White in the press conference, one thing that we love about him is that he speaks his mind. And what did he say? He said I think Yan won that fight. And then Sterling said, I'm like basically like don't disrespect me, like we can have a sit down, like let's have a talk or some shit with Dana White. So he's tired of the disrespect.
Wait, Dana White said this shit too?
Dana, yeah, bro. On the post-fight interview that he always gives, he was just like, I think Yan won that fight. Like, I don't think there's any way that Sterling won. Like,
that's crazy. I thought it was cap. Like, you know, how they be throwing like just like clickbait shit on YouTube. I seen that, like they didn't say that shit. But like
he did give respect to Sterling, but then he did give his opinion.
Yeah.
That's why you gotta love him. You gotta love him. You gotta love him.
But to wrap us up onto our last fight, the Korean Zombie losing to Volkanovski. This was almost hard to watch.
Damn.
As a boxing striker, Marcus, what did you? Because this was all on the feet. What did you see?
Man, what it looked like, man, it looked like Alexander the Great. He looked like he was on fast forward, bro, and fucking the Zombie was just looking real slow, bro. Like it just looked like 2 different speeds, and like it was just an outclassed performance, honestly, and just tagging him, piecing him easy. Like it just looked like it was easy work. Put a little highlight film together. It sucks though that the Zombie, he was tough though. He just gonna keep coming forward, and he was just gonna keep eating them shots, and it was a good stoppage by the ref, for real. But definitely outclassed, man, and gotta put that boy in the top 3 pound for pound now.
Willie,
got to.
How did you feel watching your man, the Korean Zombie,
get murdered? Oh my gosh! R.I.P. to the Zombie. Yeah, I felt. Yeah, he felt really slow in there. I agree with you, Marcus. Like that was sad to watch a little bit, but it definitely give all props to Volkanovski. He is the Terminator of that division. I don't know about him moving up so fast though. I feel like this fight was kind of just a we need somebody to fill in. Like we need a championship fight right now in the featherweight division.
Because Max Holloway did get hurt.
Yeah, Max Holloway got hurt, and like I don't think he should move up to lightweight just yet. I think he would do good in lightweight, absolutely. But I think he still needs to stay in the featherweight division for now. I think he needs like maybe 1 or 2 more title fights
to put his name at the top.
Yeah, the Korean Zombie, that was crazy though. I've never seen a performance like that from him. That's like, but he is like, that's like the old generation being the new generation. If I'm being honest, like Korean Zombie, that was like early 2010s, like the 2010s, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, no, he did have what did they say? It was 3,500 days since his last title fight.
Yeah. And that was like
10 years ago.
He had like a whole career. Yeah, he had a whole career before then. He got like, apparently everybody in Korea has to serve in the military for 2 years once they turn 25. So he had to leave the UFC and do that, and then came back, then like knocked the shit out of somebody. Had like a few rough bumps, but I just generally had a good career, but I don't know if he was championship ready.
Hey, I think that champ is just a fucking problem. Like, there's just people that are problems. Alexander the Great, Kamaru Usman, Israel Adesanya. There's just people that are fucking problems in the UFC. And like, bro,
different.
There are some true champions. And like, I think the Korean Zombie's getting older, a little slower, and that keep walking mentality is not meant for longevity. So like, at the end of the day, I don't think he did terrible. I think he just got outclassed.
Yeah.
Shout out Herb Dean calling the stoppage.
Saving lives.
But shit, man. Paul, you got anything else to say about this fight?
No, that was it right there. Y'all all hit that was it.
Hey, let's double back on that Burns Chimaev though. Let's give it a quick second. I respected them boys, how they had so much respect for each other after that fight. Because, like, it's one thing to really fight your heart out. It was one thing to them boys were in that bitch knowing damn well, like, this shit could have went either way. Somebody could have died. And at the end, you hear Chimaev. And, like, I like the Russian people when they got the English, with their English accents. That should be funny as hell. He's like fucking Brazilian, man. Fucking tough and fucking tough ass Brazilian, man. Tough ass. I'm just sitting here like, yeah, that's how that should be. Like, you ever win a fight and just be like, man, I'm not like, yeah, I beat his ass, but like, yeah, I fought Burn, I won, but like, I ain't fighting that nigga again. Like, let's keep it moving. Like, I'm not what that could have been my ass.
Yeah.
That was one of those fights. And like Burns afterwards talking with Joe Rogan, he's like, man, I leave everything on this fucking man. I'll fucking die in here. And I'm just sitting here like, this is championship mentality. This is probably the best division in the UFC.
Welterweights, no, they're hella deep. They got some warriors, but it is all respect. That's one thing I like about Chimaev more than like almost any other prospect. I like Islam for the same reason. They just don't talk shit. They just respect their fighter, but they're just so confident in their skill. They're like no disrespect, but I'm gonna dominate you. Like, I mean, so
the fight game.
Yeah, and then after the fight, they're not talking shit. They're just like you said, like, motherfucker, tough Brazilian. he wouldn't go down. He kept coming back up.
He's in his bitch. I love you. Like, y'all niggas saying, like, I'm like, y'all respect. That's respect at the highest. Cause like that's like in Naruto when they be saying that they say when you trade blows with somebody is when you can really understand them. And like I was watching these niggas. These niggas have a conversation with their fists.
Well, before we head out is other than Petr Yan and Sterling, the other fight, Volkanovski and Korean Zombie, it was mad respect after the fight. Volkanovski waited. Korean Zombie, unfortunately, he did have a moment of tears with his trainer and everything. Volkanovski even turned his back to give him his privacy, and then confronted him after the fight and just like completely complimented him. And it was just like, I really like seeing that. Like, just these two people, they went out and they fought their hardest, but like, these are top class athletes. Like, you can't do this anywhere else. Yeah, they respect each other.
Yeah, like that beefing and no shaking hands shit. That shit sells fights. I'm not gonna lie. That shit gonna have me some fights. But I'd much rather see a great fight and two motherfuckers get admiration of each other throughout after surviving such a battle, such a war, over motherfucking two motherfuckers beefing and then one person just get their ass beat because one person is way better than the other.
But Kev, wrap us up. Send us out real quick.
Hey, man, if you don't know, I wanted to tell you, but I got schoolwork to get done. So in the meantime, this is your boy, Kev Waterboy Boy. I'm in this bitch with Paul Pickham Winham Concert. We got Will Shiesty in the motherfucking cut. And we got Marcus, nickname Penley, in the cut. And we flexing on y'all. This been UFC 273. This been the recap. And if you didn't know, I'll let my cat tell you this. He said meow. And that's translation. That means bitch.
Problem with being problematic. Get the light beam on me ready for electrostatic. Don't you step into this box if you're not batting. Cause my gang got tools. You could call them boy crap, man. This gang got rules, man. You better watch your passes. This ain't not.